So we have put together a makeshift, extremely temporary Halloween maze to represent the smaller backyard that a lot of you are asking about. In this particular model, we're going to walk through. Wherever you see a white line, just pretend, please, pretend there's a wall there. Come on through. So this will be a very narrow walkway. Now, when you are low on room like this, you want to make sure that if you're using wood, which I recommend, that you cover it with something smooth, plastic. There are sign companies everywhere getting rid of this stuff. So just go and talk to them and ask them. Or better yet, you want to cover your wood frames with carpet, something soft so that nobody is scraping. Now, on top of all of that, we did speak about it. You got to make sure the stuff is built soundly. Already? You don't want any of this coming down or collapsing, especially if you're going to go narrow. Look at my videos from last year. All of you know that I'm well over 240 pounds, and you saw me hanging off of all of our structures. With that hanging, nothing moved, nothing collapsed, nothing came apart. Do the same thing. Test it. Put 3 or 4 guys on your structure and shake it. Make sure it does not come down. Come on through our maze. This here would be a long wall. Somebody could come out. Your guy in the doom chamber can scare you, come out at you, or come down at your feet. As you're walking through your maze, the guy who's in here, he could leap out at you. Force them towards the doom chamber. Same guy that got you the first time can get you the second time. You got a guy inside your other smaller chamber, he can get out at you. The guy who's in that chamber can also follow you from behind. There's the turn. Guy in the doom chamber can reach out over top or underneath. Follow it through, and because you've walked past the doom chamber again, if you've got enough staff, he can actually follow you through this part of the maze. You see this little spot in here, we couldn't really use it for much, so the guy just comes out at you. We force the turn. Guy in the chamber, he comes out at you. Force a couple of more turns. You could have a guy hiding in the corner here waiting. He comes out at you. Force them past the chamber again. You could have another guy waiting down here if you wanted. And as they leave, try to give them one more scare if you can. I will move as quickly as I can from chamber to chamber. A lot of you ask me all the time, why don't you put more elaborate costuming on? Why not do the arms up? And why not do the legs up? And why not do more up? Well, you saw me moving around that quickly. In this mask here, And most masks are like this. See on the inside here, it doesn't breathe at all. It's rubber. So all the heat is held in. I essentially sweat through my eyes, mouth, and my neck, and it runs down the back of my neck. You'll spend a lot of time taking the costume off, breathing, then putting it back on. So to do a backyard maze like this, keep your costume as light as you possibly can. If you can get away with maybe just dyeing your hair black and putting on a half mask with black makeup on the bottom and plastic teeth, you're better off. The less of your head that you cover, the better it's going to be for you. I just happen to really love this mask. My personal favorite choice for gloves. You got the nice details on the outside, which cover that much of my arm. My fingertips go slightly inside the glove, but your hand can breathe in this very light rayon material. Detail's awesome. Look how much longer my fingers end up being. Plus the glove reacts to your fingers because your fingers are inside of it. That's as elaborate as we like to be. The rest of the clothing is going to be black track pants and black t-shirt with some black paint on the arms and black paint on the face and the eyes. That's as much as I want to wear, and we're in Canada, so I can only imagine how hot it's going to be in places like southern Georgia, Florida, South California, New Mexico, southern Texas. You guys must bake. So, costumes, my personal opinion, take my advice, don't take my advice, entirely up to you. I simply won't doll my entire body up. Skin's gotta breathe.